And welcome. We have a special edition of Turtle Talk for you because we have one of the latest in the Mutant Mayhem line series from Playmates, and that is Mega Mutant, or Super Duper Fly, as he calls himself in the film. Unbeknownst to us, this is a Walmart exclusive. I didn't see anything indicating that it was going to be exclusive before. So this is only at Walmart. It's part of their mutation station, much like Target's exclusives are called The Making of a Ninja. So let's check this guy out in his package really quick. This one's kind of bare bones package. He's sticking out of the box here. He's kind of large, so they didn't want to put him in a big plastic clamshell like you did with the standard line figure. But you can see the character here. Some assembly is required. Once again, you had to put the wings on, much like you did with the regular Superfly. So that's really the main difference here in the packaging. And I guess, again, it's a fragile point. It's easy to break. So why don't we check him out, and we'll see how he went from this to this. Okay, so we're just going to clip the holders here. What do we call these? The binders. I don't want to call them binders. It's kind of weird. It's not being detained or anything. They're just sort of holding them in the packaging. So a couple of those. There's one on the tail there. There's one on the arm. There's one on the claw. And then, of course, there's going to be one on the leg. These will hold the product into position and will also help deter theft. But if people want it, they're going to get it. So this isn't really going to deter anything. So, yep, and there's a secret one in the back there. Oh, there we go. Always frustrated by these. So his arm popped off here. I don't know if that was not attached or we have to attach it, but very annoying nonetheless. So here we go. We got our character out here. We'll pop that arm back in. Hopefully that's not broken or anything. It's on this weird ball joint here. So, yep, there we go. Pop back in. I guess it just wasn't in securely enough to begin with. So we should be able to rotate it and get it back into the right position here. And he's got his little lobster claw now, or enhanced claw. We'll go over all the little animals on there. Just want to grab the wings really quick and we'll work on that assembly. So really quick, why don't I give you a 360 while I'm cutting out these wings. And you can see all this great detail on it. His special action feature is this movable mouth that opens and closes, and his giant whale mouth he has there. But other than that, they got a lot of nice, great detail on here. We'll point out the different animals that we could see and make out on there. Make sure at least some of the core ones from the film are involved in there. Yeah. I mean, the only thing I wish immediately from looking at him was that he was like this tall. Just to put it into perspective, I mean, he would have to be really, really tall. You're talking like maybe 48 inches or more to be in scale, and that's just a little obnoxious at that point. So obviously we weren't going to get a Superfly in 48-inch scale, but a larger figure is still appreciated. Let's see if there's any instructions on how to put these on, or are we just guessing? Sometimes Playmates hides the instructions on the bottom of the box. I don't see that here, so I guess we're just guessing. So they're going to be left and right assembly, so it shouldn't be too hard. This one here, there's a tiny one that goes down here, right here. And then on this side, we got 3 big wings. So I don't know if the order matters. You got one. I guess they only fit in one way. So there's that. Little marvel of engineering, at least. You can't mess it up. Not even I could mess this up. They only go in one way, and that's it. So he's going to have 3 on one side, 2 on one side, and then that's really it. So checking him out a little bit more closely here. We'll come in a second, but here's that mouth I was telling you about. I like how his face is kind of offset a little bit, which it was initially too as a fly, so they kind of kept that dynamic to it. Still has got his really large claw here. The claw does not open. That's kind of disappointing. I like to see him do a little claw cracker here, so at least he grab a turtle or something, but he can't do that. Yeah, I guess if you get the smaller turtles from the little blind boxes, they might be in scale to this guy, so you do that at least. He does have those narwhals on his left hand, which I really appreciate because that was kind of a fun look in the film there. And then check out the rest of it. He's got his whale tail, and that whale tail has nice articulation on it as well. No articulation in the legs other than they just move back and forward. But that arm is kind of on a ball joint on both sides, so that's nice that they have that kind of articulation. The claw can move, and the narwhal hand can move as well. These little flaps from his fly mandibles or whatever, those can move. So that articulation is there. Still pretty cool. I like to get the translucent wings, so sort of get that insect look to it. So all around, I think it's a pretty sharp figure. I like how this guy turned out. He's just very interesting. I also love these fun little turtles right here on his bottom. There's 4 turtles, so it's a fun little call out to the turtles themselves there. Get these nice barnacles on the back here. But why don't we come in a little closer? So you guys, I'm sure, want to check out all the detail on this guy and see if we can figure out what different animals are making up the composition of Mega Mutant or Super Duper Fly. All right, nice and close. Let's check out what we got here. So we have an elephant right here on the front of his snout. This looks like a giraffe, definitely, right here. That's kind of cool. And then you get all these different squids that are sticking out over here. So they kind of make up his hair. On the arm, of course, you get those narwhals out sticking on the end of the arm here. I can't make out much else. It looks like some different aquatic life. You can see some shells, and but I also see some hands, like they're made up of different creatures here. Maybe some apes or something. It's hard to tell on the arm what these are. Then he's got some more seaweed, his claw here on the one side. Of course, the whale mouth and body. On the legs, we're looking for different animals, horses in particular, because of that one horse that they shot. So you could see a lot of, like, I want to say farm animals. I think I see a cow over here or a goat or something. And then, yeah, here's a horse right here. So there are horses. There might be some pigs. It's kind of hard to tell. And they pattern kind of repeats. So it looks like it's mostly horses on the legs with a couple other, like, barnyard animals. Maybe you guys can make out some that I can't here in the close-ups, but the detail, you could just make out the horse heads and stuff like that. And of course, those turtles I was telling you about right here on the bottom. So it's a fun little odd detail on there. I don't know if that was in the movie or not. There's another sea turtle over here, one over here. I thought it's fun that they just painted 4 of them out of the other ones here just to kind of call out the turtles. So that was nice. And he's got this big mouth that opens here. So you get that articulation in that mouth. And then that whale tail. And then the wings don't really articulate because you saw me slot them in. So they're just, once they're in, they're in. But he's got those other points of articulation. So he's a figure in his own right. If you have a little micro scale city he could stomp through. So pretty nice that they made this guy. Would have liked to see him a little bit bigger. He didn't have to be 48 inches bigger, but maybe, I don't know, maybe 24 inches would have been pretty cool just to get him a little bit larger. He's probably, I want to say he's about 8 or 9 inches, or compare him here to Red Hulk, which is about 8 or 9 inches, and he's about the same height as Red Hulk. So yeah, so he's on par with about 8 or 9 inches there from the select line. So he could be double the size, and I think he'd be a little bit cooler if he was up to 24 inches. But not bad. This guy runs you about $24.99, I think, and he's exclusive to Walmart. So you have to find him on the shelves there. I didn't see him on the website yet. And he should be coming out right now in October. So look for this guy in the Mutation Station. Well, that's it. Keeping it short and sweet today. Just wanted to show you this one new character from the Mutant Mayhem line, which might mean that the other new characters are on their way now, if not immediately. We're going to get Mondo Gecko. We're going to get Wingnut. We're going to get Scumbug, and Genghis Frog was the 4th one there. Ray Fillet is coming. He's coming with the animation line, which will be later into next year, I think maybe around the spring. But he is coming. He will look exactly like he did in the Mutant Mayhem line. He's just being featured in the animation line. So the next wave will have some more of the characters to help you build it out, and then we get the finale character as well. So it's October. That means we're getting new Turtles. What else are we getting? Well, I stumbled across Classic Series April here. So Classic Series April, we saw her at Toy Fair. I wish I could have showed you guys all those toys that they had there. So there's Classic Series April, and should be packaged in a wave along with Ray Fillet and Mondo Gecko. So you'll be getting those in their classic card and not the Turtles Adventures card that you will see on Amazon right now. So these will come with the classic Playmates card backs with this design on the front, which I really like for these characters. This wave also includes Genghis Frog and Wingnut and Screwloose. So if you hadn't picked those up, you're going to have a chance to get them again. They're in this wave, but this wave is hitting stores now. And the 3 new characters are Ray Fillet, April O'Neil, and Mondo Gecko. So you should be able to grab these right now. It's featuring her old yellow and orange jumpsuit with that little suitcase and the gun. All the same accessories I think you get with the Adventures series April, but this is in the classic hardback this time, so to match your other classic hardbacks. So that's out now, and probably, I'm assuming if she's out, the other 2 are on shelves now. They were just cleaned out when I got to Target, so always check Target. You don't know when they're going to get their drops. Still have not found the Mutating Mikey and Mutating Donnie, so I'm still on the lookout for those. They should be hitting shelves imminently as well. But you have this guy hitting Walmart exclusively, and you have her along with the Ray Fillet and the Mondo Gecko hitting shelves everywhere. They should be at Walmart and Target and Amazon soon, and releasing at fan channels as well. So that's all for this time. Your chance to pick up a much larger Super Duper Fly, go to Walmart, $24.99 on the shelf. Maybe on the website soon, unclear. It's always hard to get these online. You pretty much have to just get lucky and get it on the shelf. They had 1 on the shelf. I picked him up. He looks great. I'm a fan of this line. I'm a fan of the style of the animation of the film. Fan of the film. So if you are too, this is your chance to get another character from the line. So go check that out on their website if you get lucky, or in stores now. Start looking for it. So that's all for this time. That's your edition of Turtle Talk. We'll see you guys in a week for some more Turtle Talk. So we have some other great stuff coming up this week. We're going to keep it ninja themed, well, karate themed, so just turn back for that on Thursday. So that's all for now. Like, subscribe, and follow, and we'll see you guys next time.